everybody. This is Steve Coughlin. My band and I, Probable Cause, would like to ask you to tune in to the Paige Roberts radio show. It's a lot of fun. It's on the Intercom Radio Network, and you'll love listening to some great music. And also, my band and I will be in Athens, Georgia on January the 19th at Hendershot. So come on out for a good show.
Hey y'all, this is Danny Kinsey, and you're listening to the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio Network.
All quiet in the garden, a silver sun was paid. The moonlight found the chosen sleeping. When he knelt down to pray, no one heard the riders come. Carried him away, and like a lamb led to a slaughter, the Son of God's darkest day. Gathered in the courtyard for these crimes he must pay, yet he offered no explanation. Crucify him, they did say. The crown of thorns was placed upon him, and his flesh was torn away. The soldiers mocked and spit upon him, the Son of God's darkest day. Then they gathered on the hillside for the final act of shame. They nailed him to a wooden cross as the darkness sealed the day. Father, why have you forsaken me? But soon the veil was torn away. He grew in his dying breath, the Son of God's darkest day. I know all about both sides of living, how it feels to need to be forgiven. I know what it means to stand up when you fall. I know how it feels to lose it all. I know what it's like to feel depression, what it means to hold a blank expression. I know what it's like to feel alone, desperate when you think all hope is gone. Life is just a picture that we paint, canvas that is filled with cans and canes. I know things aren't always what they seem, but love yourself and everyone you meet. I know what it's like to have success, and even though there's hope, still feels hopeless. I know how to smother in plain sight, and the thoughts that come when you lay awake all night. 'Cause life is just a picture that we paint, a canvas that is filled with cans and canes. And I know things aren't always what they seem, so love yourself and everyone you meet. I know what it's like to feel unloved, how to ask for mercy from above. I know how it feels to be tired, wish that you were on the other side. Life is just a picture that we paint, a canvas that is filled with cans and canes. I know things aren't always what they seem, so love yourself and everyone you meet. Life is just a picture that we paint, canvas that is filled with cans and canes. I know things aren't always what they seem, so love yourself and everyone you meet. Love yourself and everyone you meet.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Paige Roberts Show. It is Thursday, November 29th, 2018, winding down November. Let's see, tomorrow night I have Roxanne Attar, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She is a songwriter, And who else do I have? We had a good time the other night talking to Canadian musician Ed Roman. I think that made an hour and a half show. It's all good. He's doing a lot of things out there. Go look him up on Facebook. I know he's on my Facebook page. But yeah, let's see what else I got. Oh, I guess one other announcement. We are management now. Woohoo! We are EPR management group. It's going really well, and we've had a lot of support, and we do appreciate it. We're just excited. And I know we haven't, I've said this, I think, one other time. I've gotten confirmation, but no exact time yet. But we are doing an interview with Steve Kaufman with Probable Cause on January 13th. That's Sunday, time to be announced. So that'll be here soon. And let's see, I think that's it. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my featured artist on for tonight, and it is singer-songwriter Jody DiMarco. Hey, Jody, and welcome to the show. Thank you for calling in.
Hi, Paige. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing good, doing good. Glad it's warming up some.
Ain't it the truth? I've had my heater on all week. Maybe I won't have to turn the air back on, though.
No, but I'm a summertime person myself. I can do without the winter, so.
Oh, but I like it. I think I was complaining about 80, and if it was only a happy medium, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's hard. It was hot to me anyway. But welcome to Georgia, right?
Right. Where the weather could be 3 seasons in one day.
That's it. And Jody is Hartwell, Georgia. So hello, Hartwell.
Hello, Hartwell. Bowersville,
yes.
all the surrounding areas, Reed Creek, Livonia, Cannon, Athens, Georgia, our big town. I was just in Athens all day today.
Ooh, right. Yes. Working on your new EP.
Right.
Getting it done. Coming right along.
Yep, everything going well so far. We got lots of work to do to get it done, though.
Oh, I bet. Isn't that probably the hardest thing about producing songs is doing a full album or EP?
Yeah, it takes lots of hours and days of just, you do this, but you can only sing 3 or 4 hours a day. You're going to have to take a break and come back and sing some more the next day to get all these songs sing. And you can only sit and play a guitar for so many hours before you start kind of losing your flow there. You need to go take a break and get something to eat and refocus on something else. So it takes days of a couple hours here and a couple hours there, and some days 8 hours. But then in the end, it's worth all the struggle, though.
It is. I know it. But even coming up with the songs and the title and all that, and then you got to go back and edit and re-edit and redo.
Yeah, sometimes, you're bound to make a mistake. Sometimes you go back, listen to it, go, oh, and then you got to go back and redo something. But it's like I say, it's the best you'll probably ever hear the song, because when you hear it live, it's a whole different experience to see somebody live, because you see it in real life, mistakes and all.
Right.
I like that. I like singing live and having it, because you like to look at the people, talk to the people, react with the people when they're singing, to see if they're liking the song, laughing, clapping, having a good time. So that's
right.
I love the live as much as anything. So.
Well, even so, now when you introduce your songs, I know some people have their quote critics, I guess, or what do we call them? Do you do that, or do you just go strictly by the producer themselves?
Well, you talking about if I'm playing them?
know if you're when you're finished with them and you're going to release them. I guess that's it, though, isn't it?
Well, I mean, all we can do is I got a great. First of all, let me say I got a great team of people that work with me that I can't name everybody, but they know who they are and what they do as far as musicians and people helping me make the CD, studio musicians, people that kind of like help, keep me focused and on track, that do things, that are putting all this work into making me a website. Shameless plug, JodyDiMarco.com is up, has a couple pictures on it. Let me say this to everybody listening. There's a spot at the bottom that says, put your email in there and sign up to be on our mailing list. Do that, because after the first of the year, we'll start sending stuff out to people that are on a mailing list if you want to keep up, and that's JodyDiMarco.com.
Well, Jody, I try to on all of my singer-songwriters, if they have the email, their email list like that, I try to go and put my 2 cents in there, I guess. If that's what we call it. Mm-hmm.
Let me say thank you for all week. Every time I open my phone up on something for social media, there's Paige Roberts or the Paige Roberts Show or the North Georgia Scoop or somebody, and some people I don't even know, sharing my post, which just overwhelmed me with thankfulness. So I just got to say thank you to everybody for sharing this information and just getting us out there, because that's what it's all about. So thank you.
Yes, sir. We appreciate that. That's what it takes. Even some that I haven't seen either. So we appreciate it always. And I always try to thank my listeners and those that help share. Well, Jody, why don't let me give a shout out first, to Phil Kranz. He is WAAK 94.7 FM. He is the host of the Black Dog Morning Show, and he is Ringgold, Georgia. So be sure and look him up. He will play your songs, so that might be somebody to add to your list.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me think about it. Oh, I got one other, and that is Howie Groot, and he is Southern Country Radio, Nashville, Tennessee. He is a friend of mine as well, so we will give him a shout out. But we like our radio friends too, We share.
Oh yeah, we'll make sure everybody gets a copy. I promise, of this EP.
All right, we can help with that. And indie radio, I've seen them. They have been sharing your information as well, so thank you.
Right, they added me to their group. Thank you to everybody at Indie Radio. Thank you to Patt, who's working hard. I know Patt Callaghan, I noticed, has been working really hard, and so I'll be sure to I like to give everybody that shares my stuff and gives me shout outs like that. It is not a problem for me to return that favor and shout out, share pages, and do whatever, because like I say, that's what it's all about, this business, helping each other out.
And that's it. And I'm all the time preaching it. I know they get tired of me hearing it, but it's not a contest, y'all. That's what we should be doing.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, let's get out our call-in number at 646-668-8941. You can call in and listen, or you can call in and ask questions too. Right, Jody, for some questions other than me. Now, I will. I know Cheryl Denny, she shares a lot of stuff too, so we'll give a shout out to her as well.
Yes, Miss Cheryl is the bomb.
She's sharing away, so we appreciate you too.
Yeah.
But let's start out, I guess, Jody, the way I usually do things is I usually get my singer-songwriter. If you can tell our listeners about your stuff, I always say you can go back however far you like and work yourself up into your music. And I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right. Well, my story goes sort of like this. I've been a musician pretty much all my life. It started out by my parents taking me every weekend to the local country music shows. So all of the old legends when I was a kid, 8 years old, 9 years old, I saw them all in person. My mom got their autographs, met them backstage back in the old days, like the Conways, the Statler brothers, all those kind of people, Merle Haggard and people like that. When I was a kid, that's what made me want to play music, what made me want to play guitar, which I learned to do. And I also went through the band in school as far as music. But what I did in the past, which I've traveled from here to California playing guitar and having a great time and meeting great people, lived in Nashville, worked in Nashville, did all that. But really, it's just like I said, when I was 19, 20 years old, I put out back then it was a cassette tape of songs that I wrote as a songwriter and a musician and played all over. And I have not released, even though I've played guitar for other people's recordings. I've had people record songs I wrote before. I haven't recorded a song I wrote in myself that I'd written for myself on a CD. It's been 29 years, which kind of seems like a long time that I've been playing guitar since I was a child, and I haven't put out something of me singing songs I wrote in that long. It's kind of crazy when I thought about it and added it up. But I just felt like it was time to move forward, and it's what I want to do. I've ran my own band. I've been in other people's bands. My brother is a fine singer who had some CDs out. I played guitar. We traveled around forever on a bus and just stuff like that. And met a lot of nice people, worked with a lot of nice people, worked with some famous people, but I'm not really the name-dropping type person. So, like I say, all that's the past. It has nothing to do with the future. So the future for me is over the next couple months, get this CD finished and get it released. We'll have a release show, at least one, maybe two, and then in Hartwell here at our very own High Cotton Music Hall that has shows every month down there and a great blues jam. We're going to have a CD release party where you can come sit live and listen to the music from the album and some other songs I've wrote. Lord, I've got so many songs wrote, it was hard to pick out songs to put on a record. So.
I'm sure it was. Wow. I could imagine so. Well, you can do a Jody DiMarco Greatest Hits album.
One of these days, like all the songs that you play that people will hear and say, oh, that's Jody singing that, Jody singing that I wrote, are just other songs that I've wrote, made demos, because like I said, it's been 29 years since I actually had a recording of something besides demos and things I make here at my house, like that gospel song you played to start the show. I wrote a couple of Easters ago with Sandy, and because I'm really into, besides country and music and country folk, Americana music, I'm really big on the traditional gospel music, stuff like that. So, but I just did all that at my house, played the instruments, put it together, and we made our own video eating bologna sandwiches one day. Went out and filmed video clips and put all that together. Like I said, as far as having a professional thing like this, I didn't really have songs to play on here from the new record yet, which I think is good. I think you have to wait till it's released. Let the excitement build up, because I'm all excited and jumping out of the chair every day about it. So.
Well, the anticipation will kill us, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's got, I went through this whole painstaking process of song after song, and I had plenty of people. I got the guy that always has played with me for most of my life, named Denny Martin. He helped me pick songs. My other friends that helped me with the album pick songs, folks that own the High Cotton helped me pick songs. Everybody gave me a list of their favorite songs, and I picked what I thought was on there, and then the producer picked what he thought was on there was the best songs, and somehow we've got it narrowed down to like 6 songs, and that's what we're going to do. So, and one of those will be a gospel song, not the one you heard earlier. It's a brand new thing I wrote not long ago called The Man from Galilee. It will be on that album as well, because I always like to put some gospel song on there.
Awesome. Now, the name of your EP is Life is a Picture. Why don't you tell us about this album? I mean, I like the stories, and that's mainly what the Paige Roberts Show likes to do, is to dip into the stories of the singer-songwriters, and I think that's what most singer-songwriters are, storytellers, for the most part.
That's true. If you see me sit down in a chair or stand up, a lot of times I just sit down these days and sing. Before each song, I will give you the backstory live of how I wrote this song or what it means to me or what special meaning it has. And Life is a Picture was a reflective kind of song that I think everybody can kind of identify with, that it's really about the duplicities. There's two sides of life. I say I know all about those sides of living. I mean, you can have everything and still not be happy and be depressed, or you can feel hopeless, but then God gives you a ray of hope and some kind of something to put you. So all the lines in that song, I think people can identify with. And I didn't really have a title for the album. And, you always call it a working title just in case it changes. But my other working title was the title of another song that's going to be on there. And but the more we talked about it, the more I thought about it, the more Life is a Picture, this whole concept kind of came to me. When you're a kid, you can stand in front of a blank canvas and there's nothing on it. My friend told me this story and says, as you live your life, you kind of paint your story. So if you probably flip the back of the record over, which I don't know if this is what'll be on it, but, you flip it over, you kind of see an older person and their canvas is almost fully painted because of all these experiences. So I thought it was just a whole cool concept for an album that life's a journey, everything, we have to live it to the fullest. And so Life's a Picture. There's many days some of us get up and, we're just feeling the blues. And then there's some days we're on top of the world. Things change every day. And that's the normal part of life. If you don't have extreme highs or extreme lows, then you're just living a normal life. Every day can't be a ray of sunshine. And so, that's what Life's a Picture is about. You paint your own picture. You have the opportunity to live your life, do what you want to. Some people do it better than others, I guess. But that's really what that whole story is about for me, of naming the album Life's a Picture. And I think it's just a concept that I fell in love with and wrote a song about it and went from there. Wish that acoustic thing you played, I sat in a chair and sang that with a microphone and a guitar just to play that song acoustic on here, because the next time folks hear it, it'll be from the CD with it finished. So,
Awesome. Yeah, we feel special with that, Jody. I appreciate that you did that. And that's another thing about our indie artists. All their songs usually come like that, from the heart, from the soul, and that there shows,
Yes, that's when music is really real, and not just I listen to all kinds of music. Don't get me wrong. In the '80s, I loved all the hair metal bands that played rock and roll. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Had long hair, wore spandex pants. I liked that whole thing that came through back in the day. But in the end of the thing, music is a special thing, and I think if you're able to sing things or play music that people identify with and can feel, and you can get that feeling across to them from the stage, then you've done your job and made somebody. Every time I play somewhere, I always say a little prayer, either going down the road or before I leave the house, get us there safe. It's all there back safe. And the last thing I always say is, and let us bring some joy to somebody that might need it tonight, in whether what form of joy they get, from some silly song, from some serious song. Maybe we'll make brighten somebody's day at the end of the day from playing. And that's another one of my, after you live a good many years and you see a lot of things, you're thinking about life changes of what's really important. And that's why making this CD is really important to me. So.
Well, and that's the only way to be. And, that's the way I am also. And I think that is how I got here, why I got here, and how, what, where, when, and how. That right there is it. Being humble about your music, being humble about your craft, being humble about what it is that is your passion.
Right.
Is exactly. Mhm. So,
I mean, if it's your passion, that's what you should do. You should find what your passion is or what makes you happy, and that's what you should strive to do every day. I know we do a lot of things that we don't like to do. We work jobs sometimes. We do this sometimes. We go over here sometimes. But in the end, you've got to find what makes you happy and do it, because your time, we really are, you have a short time on earth, so let's make the most of it.
that's it. And like you said, darkest day. I know most people can relate to that. I would think. I know I can. All things aren't rosy, all the time. But for the majority part,
think
it
about,
is.
Yeah, and that song, is all about came from the Bible. I mean, that was their darkest day when he was crucified. So everybody's got a different darkest day. Every time you feel like, sometimes we all want to complain, and I've been learning this a lot. That you say, "Oh, what a horrible day! Oh, this tore up or whatever." But there's always somebody that's got something going on that's probably even worse. That if I could, I would be glad to help them, because I'm like, look, you're probably worse than me today. Let me help you with that. And sometimes I think we're a little short-sighted, and I'm just as guilty as anybody. So in 2019, when you come see, and I have this thing on that I do, which I haven't had time to post a lot of stuff on Facebook or Instagram lately, but I always hashtag people, the hashtag thing.
Right.
My hashtag has been Let Love Rule. That's my 3 words, Let Love Rule. And I always hashtag it. Even people do it around here a lot of times, and they might comment on our post that me and my wife Sandy have, and they'll say, Let Love Rule, y'all, because they know that's our little thing, So that's what you're going to get in 2019 if you come to the Jody Show. It's going to be, 1, it's fun. 2, you're going to hopefully get some songs and some backstory and some insight to things about music, and hear some good music and some good musicians playing it with me. So that's what I hope, and that's what my goal is, and to have fun.
Yeah, that's what my goal is too. And usually we have been having fun on the Paige Roberts Show.
Ain't nothing wrong with having some fun.
But I know talking the other night to Ed Roman, we talked a lot about stuff like that too. And like you said, there's probably always someone out there that's having a worse day than I am. And I am not one to complain. I know y'all have never seen me complain, rarely, unless it was I'm out of coffee or something.
Maybe the coffee thing. Yes, I need that too in the morning.
Right.
It was so cold this past week that I just stopped at the gas station or McDonald's and just bought coffee to drink. It was so cold. I said, I think I could use some warmth and the pick me up. So
just to warm up. My gosh, it's been a long time, Georgia, since we've been cold like that, I think.
Whew, I know.
But I might think I'm crazy. I like it a little bit. I said a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little. Well, let's see. I know you had a couple of other songs on here that you sent me. I know that you said was not on the album. And I like it. I like those too. Now, first let's, what about radio play? Have you airplay? Have you even thought about it, or are you doing it? Or have you even thought about doing it?
I'm not going. Well, I haven't really done it until this coming year. We're going to try this with this EP of these songs. So we're going to see where we get, and whoever will help support us. That's where we're headed in 2019, hopefully. So.
Awesome.
But I haven't played any of the other songs I did now. Any of those. A lot of these songs and recordings I made like that some things I sent you of me playing and singing and stuff, is nobody's probably even heard most of it. So, it's just, I sent it to you just so you'd have something to play while we're waiting. Like I say, those songs aren't on this upcoming CD. This is just something for fun till, like I say, early 2019. The other will be out and then I will be glad to play them on your show from the CD when later. I think we had talked about that earlier, about maybe we could debut a few of those songs, but it's going to be a little while, a couple months.
Well, I know I had mentioned to you, too, that the Paige Roberts Show is going in the studio at Vega Studio. I think I've been saying that wrong. Forgive me, Clay.
I call it Vega.
I call it Vega, too. I'll have to correct it with Clay, but it's all good, I guess. But they will be doing the filming and stuff, so we're excited to be going into the studio.
It'll be awesome.
And we've had a lot of response out of that. So I'm not going to do it, but maybe once or twice a month, just to see, But it'll be worth going.
It's nothing like doing it live on camera.
Yeah, I know. I said me live on camera. I said I guess there've been worse things. But no. But like I said, it's all good. People have really welcomed the show and the network, and like I said, it has taken. I've been in the 6 years, but the Paige Roberts Show for like almost 3. But I co-hosted before, and then I did my own, and so it just went. I had no clue it would go, but here we are, and here's me and Jody.
Hey, that's a good thing. Now here we are, me and Jody, and me and Paige.
Yes, I am nationwide. I'm all over. I've had people from Europe, from Canada, Canada's still the United States, I think. So
yeah,
we try to include them. But I know we had Europe. Oh, and we did have we got Pakistan on the map now. Imran Ahmed. He is a heavy metal guitarist, the only heavy metal guitarist Pakistan.
Look, that metal's pretty big overseas, though. If I played metal, I'd probably want to go overseas and play too, because those people like that stuff over there.
Well, he's on my friends list too, and he was on the show. I'm really surprised that he was even able to get a connection on the show, but it went through.
That's awesome.
Yes, we got a caller online. Do we want to answer it?
Sure. I'll do my best.
All right, let's see who it is.
Hello, guys.
Hey, who we got?
Am I there? This is Patt, Callaghan.
You are here. Hey, Patt. How are you?
Well, I'm chubby and underemployed, but other than that, I'm good.
Well, for the majority of the part, most of us might be.
I'm enjoying the show.
Thank you.
I had a question that I thought might be relevant, right? Jody, I'm enjoying the show, brother. Enjoyed the music at the beginning. Just curious, right? Clearly, I appreciate the fact that your faith is important to you, right? And I was wondering if you ever. Now, I sort of stay on the rock side of things, and just wondering if you ever had any conflicts in your faith when you're playing out and you're in secular clubs. Is there a crisis of conscience that you ever have to work out?
No.
Because I'll be honest with you, I do in some instances.
I mean, what kind of crisis do you have? I really.
Well,
I mean, I don't. But so.
Well, I mean, I tell you, there's to be honest with you, I'm a cover singer, right? I am working on what will be my freshman album, and sweet baby Jesus, no pun intended, I hope to get it out before I click 50, if I can just get it out. But mostly I sing covers. I do have to be selective about the music that I sing, and then there's some places where, I'll be honest with you, I kind of shy away from playing. You know what I mean? Just I just
curious. Like sometimes it's a struggle for me in some of the places I play to sort of the atmosphere. Can be.
That? Can I answer that instead of Jody?
Yeah. Hit me. Yeah.
You can take a cover song, and I'm not a quote singer-songwriter, but I have other singer-songwriters on my show that they have said, but they also do covers. Once you make that cover your song, to me, that's you.
Yeah, sometimes the atmosphere in a club environment can actually be somewhat disheartening. Sometimes, I don't know how to say it, man. You feel a burden for people.
I don't think it's you in the covers. It might just be the atmosphere itself.
Yeah. I was just curious because it was nice to hear. I mean, you playing secular music and still staying faithful, and so sometimes I can get out in the club environment, and I'll just be honest with you. While I absolutely enjoy the folks who get to who let me do what I do.
Right.
I can't deny that sometimes it's the atmosphere can be kind of sad, and of course I fight against that. That's almost the purpose. I'm there, but I was just curious if it ever comes up.
It doesn't bother me at all. I've played. Trust me, I do cover shows all the time, and I do them solo, and I do them as a duo. And I play all kinds of cover songs, even rock. Of course, I have a country voice, but there are some rock and roll songs I sing. And I learned a long time ago that I got to be true to me. So I go there, and I'm always me at that place. And if you see me, there's a fine line between Saturday night and Sunday morning. If you see me Saturday night, I'm going to be the same person you see at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Amen. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, and my pastor is really spot on about this when he says, I laughed because I saw so-and-so in Walmart the other day, and they cut down the aisle trying to hide their six-pack of beer from me, just because he was the preacher, because of that fine line.
There's nothing wrong with drinking, right?
It's not my place to judge nobody. I have to answer only for myself. So I go be the best Jody I can be and try to entertain people and bring some joy, and then go home and try to tend to my family. That's what I do. So that's why I don't have no conflict. But it took me a long time to learn that. I mean, it really did. It takes some years and seeing a lot of different people. And I've seen some crazy stuff in all these years of traveling around playing music. And I'm like, one day I should just write a book.
I believe it. Well, yeah, I don't want to put the idea out that it's I'll be honest with you. I don't a radio show is not the place to admit this. I may or may not have been a pastor at one point in the past, and I think it really, really softened my heart for people. And it's not so much that I'm, it's not for me that the issues come up. I can be selective about what I sing, and that doesn't come up much, to be honest with you. There are certain things I just don't want to. I don't want to push my luck with the old man, But that really doesn't come up that often. It's
hey,
just
look,
sometimes
there's things I've sang and done in the past that I don't sing or do in my current, and I guess that kind of answers to what you're saying. But there are a few things that I don't do. I absolutely don't do, and I absolutely won't do, because I'm a different person. Because we change as we grow. Like I was talking about Life's a Picture. As you grow older, things change. Your priorities change sometimes. People change.
Tell me about it, brother.
People's partners change. So, if I couldn't be an entertainer, maybe I always thought about being a preacher, but I just like singing too much.
I appreciate the info. It was just a question I had that was sort of relative to me, but good luck with your album, brother. I can't wait to hear it.
Thanks,
and,
man.
I'm
going to catch up with you. I'm going to catch up with you singing with Probable one of these days, too.
Well,
when I'm not tied up doing something
never
on my
know
own.
from what they sort of keep me in a cage locked under the stage and throw me scraps every now and then. But
That's all right. Sometimes
they let me out sometimes.
The boy when he comes out swinging, right?
That's good. That's right.
Well, hey man, I'm sure we'll catch your show also. Just to drop it. I'm positive we'll find a way to get your music on the indie radio station too. We're trying to.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to make another platform for that too. So, but anyway, I appreciate the info, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Welcome. Thank you.
Right,
Thank you. Thank
we'll
you for calling
you
in.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, thank you, Pat. We appreciate you calling in.
That was fun.
But yeah, that was cool. Thank you, Pat, for calling in. And Jody, a lot of places, that's usually all they want is cover songs.
Yeah, it is. It's hard in some places to find audiences, what I call listening audiences, who want to come listen to, just, hang out, listen to music, listen to stories, hear the stories behind the music. Everybody's not that way. We've got lots of great cover bands and artists around our area that I love to death, played with, or just sat in and played guitar with, have a great time. I just have always had this thing about writing stories, writing songs, writing things. I think it's a good way to express and get things out, when you're troubled sometimes, or you see things, or you have your own life experiences. Writing a song about them, it's kind of like getting them off your chest, and your songs turn into your babies, and then you make little demos, and then one day you get lucky to where I'm at now, where I'm going to make a record of a few of them. And I'm just happy to get these songs recorded that have different stories behind them and different reasons for writing them. And then come see me live, and I'll play some more that's not on the record that I thought should be on the record, but I just couldn't record them all at one time.
Well, I think it'll be here soon, and I'm just going to have to make a trip to Hartwell.
Yeah, well, you're liable to see me more close to Athens than Hartwell some days. But I will send you an invitation to come to this when they have this release party. You should just come on down there to that in Hartwell.
Oh.
If you hadn't been to High Cotton Music Hall, it's a great place. It's a great room to listen to music. They have lots of blues music in there. Have a blues jam. Have different. This Friday they got Michelle Malone doing her little Christmas show. It's already sold out. It's going to be fabulous tomorrow night down there. They're completely sold out for that show. I can't wait to see that. And
awesome.
kind of put you in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah. Let's see. I know we're talking about covers. I know the other night with Russ Steele. Was it Russ Steele? Yeah. We were talking about there's a Allman Brothers cover band, and I think they're out of Macon, Georgia. And that was on public television. I don't know the initials. PBS, I think it was. But that was the last weekend, I think, that they had that on there. But
I love all that stuff. I love watching all that. Like the Allman Brothers, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. When I played like in a band, we did covers. We always do Allman Brothers songs. We always do Leonard Skinner songs. We always do stuff like Travis Tritt and Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash, especially. He's my hero, Johnny Cash. So we do all that stuff. I know all that old country and old rock stuff like that, and to play on guitar and sing and have fun with. I like doing that. It's just that I like doing the other thing too, of writing my own stuff too. So you get, and when I do a couple covers in my show, if I do come in this coming year on the shows where the ones I do, the original, singer-songwriter shows, I'm going to do a couple covers. Now, it's not going to be something you hear every day, because I like to. There's plenty of songs that people never hear from records, and it's like, wow, this is a great song. Where did it come from? Oh, it's by so and so on such and such record, or by other singer-songwriters. I like listening to their music. Like Guy Clark, probably my favorite songwriter. He's got so many great songs that he wrote that other people sing, that people don't even know he wrote it. But
I'm right.
I'm all
I
about
find that a lot.
the stories behind the songs like that. So I like to do some covers that are a little different. One of them we do kind of pays homage to John. Yeah.
Johnny Cash, he got a lot of songs out there, doesn't he?
Yeah. He does have a lot of songs. I always like to pay homage to my heroes like Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings, those kind of people. I always sing a song by them or somebody, like that, because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be doing what I do probably.
Right. And when we get off on talking about country music, I always say, because, those are, I hope they're not a thing in the past, and I'm always like, who's going to fill their shoes, Wow. It just comes back to you. But as country, I hope traditional country music sticks around a long while, but if we don't play it, and that's another thing that comes up on this show is our broadcasting station is not playing the classic traditional country,
Right. Well, I don't have anything against the country music that they play on the radio today, except for the fact that they shouldn't call it country music. They should just call it pop country. Call it what it is, and then if you're playing country music, you got this kind of country music. That's country music, and then call this whatever it is, country or whatever it is.
Pop country, you're right.
Yeah, just don't call it country music because it's not really country music. And look, my favorite radio station, one of my favorite, the two radio stations we have in Hartwell, WKLY, which I'm really good friends with the folks that run that station. They play lots of great country and gospel. And WLHR up here in Livonia, at 7 o'clock every night, all night, they play classic country all night. So if I'm in the van traveling and it's at nighttime and I can get their station, I listen to classic country the whole time we're driving, hearing songs that you haven't heard in 25 years, just to having a ball. Thing from the from the golden era.
I bet if they played some of those, they might their listeners, it may grow. I'm sure. I don't know who to classify as pop country, and I even had it come up as Alan Jackson pop country. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's a little confusing these days, but I have found this out talking to people from all parts of the country, that there's a lot more of us people that really like classic country or real country music than you would think. That everybody's not just, I know they're on the pop country bandwagon right now, but there's still an awful lot of people that just like what you might call real country music. It doesn't even have to be classic. After Alan Jackson, it started going downhill after the 90s. It really started going downhill. But all the other country before that doesn't necessarily have to be from 1965. It can be from 1985 and still be good country music.
Right, Travis Tritt. We still have other great artists, and I think that they need, which they may play. Most of
Travis is out there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Travis still out there singing and carrying the flag for country music every weekend, every week. I see his post on Twitter where I follow with him on Twitter. It's like he's playing over here and he's playing over there, keeping the country music alive. So, it's good that we still got folks doing the traditional stuff. Let's face it, the old music, if it weren't for a few people in the old days, we wouldn't have none of this music, whether it be rock, pop, country, or something. If you go back into the 30s to those folks that played the blues and those folks that took the front porch singing songs and turned them into records like the Carter Family, you just wouldn't have none of this stuff down the line. So I'm all about giving respect where it's due,
Yeah, that's the way I am too. Well, since we're talking about this, why don't we play your cover song? I can get off on you.
Play that. That's one of my favorite Waylon and Willie songs. I never go to a club and hear nobody else playing it, so I decided I would. So it'll be me on the electric guitar and singing. So enjoy, y'all.
All right. Hold on. We'll come right back.
Take back the weed, take back the cocaine, baby. Take back the pills, take back the whiskey, too. I don't need them now, but your love was all I'm after. I'll make it now, 'cause I can get up on you. And I can get by on little or nothing at all. I know. And I can get high just thinking about you. So you can take back the weed, take back the cocaine, baby. Take back the pills, take back the whiskey, too. I don't need them now, your love was all I was after. I'll make it now, I can get up on you. Here we go. Take back the cocaine, baby. Take back the pills, take back the whiskey, too. I don't need them now, 'cause your love was all I was after. I'll make it now, 'cause I can get up on you. Yeah, you can take back the weed, take back the cocaine, baby. Take back the pills, take back the whiskey, too. I don't need them now, 'cause your love was all I was after. And I'll make it now, 'cause I can get up on you. You know, I'll make it now, 'cause I can get up on you.
You are listening to the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio Network. We are broadcasting live off of Blog Talk Radio. Our call-in number is 646-668-8941. Tonight I'm talking to singer-songwriter Jody DiMarco, Hartwell, Georgia. So, Jody, are you constantly working on something after this album or EP? Do you have anything else in the works that you want to do?
Yeah, well, what I hope to do is to get this one released. I've got, like I said, I've got lots of songs wrote, and I'm writing more songs. But I hope to just get out and do a lot of live performing as we go into 2019, meet more people, sing more songs, and then come back around and make another EP. You know, because you could do those a little faster than making a 12 song, and by doing like a 6 one, you know. And maybe come back around, make another CD. I'm also going to be doing some anything that I can playing music. It will make me happy.
Right.
I'm going to do some fill-in playing in a couple of weeks. Some friends of mine got a band, and they need somebody to play the bass that week because their bass player can't be there. So Jody DiMarco is going to go slide in the back door, sit by the drummer, and play bass for him and have some fun because there's no stress on me playing bass. I don't have to sing. I don't have to do nothing. Just sit there and play because I just like playing music. That's what it's about. Be around the music, you know.
Awesome.
And, you know, your liner thing at the beginning where Steve Coughlin was advertising, he's going to be making a video in town at the theater down there. I'm going to go down there and help run sound for it, try to help them make them sound good that night. and just to be around the music, like I say, because all those guys are my friends, and they're the best people you'd ever want to meet, the most nicest people you ever want to meet. So I'm anybody that that I can help like that, I'm always up for helping and playing music. But as far as 2019, if I get this CD completed and released, for me, it's like, let's get out there and play music to the people in person. That's for a while before we worry about recording another one. So, yep, meet people, see people, sing to people, get stories from people, take pictures with people, post it all on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter.
Well, I have a show that night on the 12th, so I can't do it. I know I was hoping that I might could go to, but we've been really busy, which is all good, I guess, right?
That's good. See, a lot of musicians say, well, I'll never see you come to my shows. That's because I'm doing my own show. That's the bad part about being a musician. You don't ever go get to see your friends or your other people in town or close by play, but you've got your own work you've got to be doing, and you be the same way in the radio. You have to do a show and can't come down and just hang out and watch that little show going on, so
that's it. And I think the times that I have chosen, I've tried to stick with a time that is good for everybody, but I know everybody I can't, include in that category, I guess. So I chose
we just have
8
to work.
o'clock. Yeah, I chose 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock because I feel everybody has come in from work, or if they don't have anywhere to go, they can sit down and listen. We used to just be on Tuesday night. Not lately.
I noticed you've had lots of shows lately. And I mean, I try to listen to some of them, and some of them I just can't because I'm tied up. I can't stop and, turn your show on and listen to it. And, then I'll be at home the next night. I do a lot of, we're having a Christmas musical cantata this Sunday for the church I go to, and I always play guitar in it. I always play guitar in hours with the horns and the strings and all that. So we had most nights this week, it was like dress rehearsal, and you do this, and then you go practice that. And so it keeps you busy doing music. So
you practicing
not
that
a slow
cantata.
business.
You've been practicing that cantata since September. If you like
I know.
we have.
I have a book and a CD, and I've been writing out my guitar chart, but I've been listening to Christmas music since late September and early October right there, and working on this. And it takes a lot of work to put I got to hand it off to Miss Lynn, our choir director. The work she puts into it, always a phenomenal job for Miss Lynn Glasgow. And
great. Because it will take from then till the time you put it on, it'll take that whole time.
Yeah, I always like those dress rehearsals where you go, oh, I'm not sure about this. Because if dress rehearsal, I've always learned this, that if you have a dress rehearsal and it's kind of so-so, then your performance is usually pretty good. That's the old superstitious thing about it. So I'm like, well, we had a decent dress rehearsal. We should be good Sunday, I said. Plus, I'll do a lot of praying before Sunday. But
look, I play the piano for my church, so I know how that is.
Did I see you were at Bishop, Georgia?
Yes, I'm at the Bishop United Methodist Church. I sing in the choir too. So sometimes
me and Sandy, we had drove to go where we went the other week. We had to drive right through Bishop, Georgia the other day, and it struck me that I said, I think this is where I saw that you played piano there, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
cool.
If you go past that Golden Pantry in Bishop, it's the next road to the left, and I think it's called Railroad Street.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we had went through Madison and down that way, and we were coming back through there, and I was thinking, I said, I believe this is where Paige Roberts plays piano.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Cool.
That's
I love driving.
Yeah, I pay attention more than you think.
I do too. I might not always listen, but when I do, you'll know it.
Right, it's that.
I know it, right? Only when I need it, I guess, or not. But it's awesome. I have met a lot of great people you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what, Jody, it could be us too. I think there is a different breed when you're comfortable in your own skin, you're comfortable in your own self. It really shows.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
I learned that a long time ago that I'm going to be me, like me or not. But
Yeah.
I can't help but be myself sometimes. Sometimes it may not be a good idea to be me, but it is.
Right.
I always tell folks that it's tough
Like it
being
or
Jody
not.
DiMarco, I say.
Like it or not. Well,
Right.
and yeah, then there's Sandy. I know we hadn't talked much about Sandy, but I know y'all do sing together, and
Yeah,
I'm
Sandy
sure
does a lot of singing with me, which is people that see us around here play our cover shows know, and we do some of these originals in the cover shows. And she helped write a couple of these songs that's on there, because me and her wrote a lot of songs together. Usually it goes something like this. If you want the backstory, she'll probably kill me, but she'll come up with an idea sometimes for a song. Or so I was thinking about writing this song, and it was kind of like about maybe this and this. I said, oh, okay. And she'd give me a line or two or something, you know. But then the next day, I'll finish out whatever she started. I'll change it into something totally different, take it in some different direction. And she'll say, God, that's a great song. And I said, well, thanks for the idea, you know, and the lines that I stole from you. And so, but, yeah, she gives me lots of good ideas.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. She always had this idea about, and one song that almost made the CD that didn't, but I do play it live, is she give me this whole thought process and a name. She give me a name for this song without a song, but she give me her idea what she was thinking about. But like I came home from somewhere 2 days later, and she was doing something. I sat down with a guitar and wrote this whole song, and it was far from the opposite of what she was going to write about, as ever is. And one of the best songs we got probably, and it didn't even make this record, so maybe another one. But folks like, man, I really like that song. I was like, yeah, you just seen how it started, where she had one idea, I had another, and I won. So there you go. Because she agreed that,
awesome.
Yeah, I like your song a lot better. She said, so you know, it works out though. But she does sing a lot of things like. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
She does do a lot of singing live with us. We're like big fans of like Rodney Crowell, and Emmylou Harris is like my favorite all-time female singer, and maybe hers too. And we do a lot of songs like that of Emmylou or Rodney, where either I sing some harmony with her, or most times she's singing harmony with me, because I can remember the words better than she can. So I'll sing them and she'll sing harmony. All she has to memorize is just the chorus. See? So,
well, at least
but we have a lot of fun singing together.
Well, at least you have a partner that you can collaborate with, so that's always good, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just to hang out and talk about music, play music. See, when I met her before we got married, I mean, you know how it is. You try to get to know each other, but she got in the truck, and the song "The Highwaymen" by the Highwaymen came on, and she knew the words to it. That's when I knew there was possibility. Anybody that could sing Johnny, Waylon, Willie, and Chris, I said, there's got to be some. And she knew Poncho and Lefty from Townes Van Zandt. I said, this is like really bizarre. I said that you know the word. I don't know many women that know the words to Poncho and Lefty and the Highwaymen. We might want to go out again.
Oh, it wasn't really bizarre, Jody. It was meant to be, I guess.
I kind of think it was too. There, you know. So
that's the way it happens too. Well, I like that. But well, I know we're down to like 20 minutes. Let's see. I know you have one other song, but and that's "Follow Your Heart." Do you want to talk about that a minute?
Yeah, I'll tell you why I wrote it. Even though, like I say, it's not on this new album, I do play it live a good bit sometimes when we play out places, and me and Sandy sing together. If you listen to the singing, I know it's kind of hard to hear like that sometimes over the computer, but you'll hear her singing backup on the chorus and me singing some backup. It's just a demo I made here at the house of the song I wrote called "Follow Your Heart," because one night she said, let's write a song about something tonight. What are we going to write about? I said, I don't know. Give me something to write about, and we'll write it. She had a one of those cups with the big straw in it that she had bought at Walmart or somewhere. And on the outside of it, it says "Follow Your Heart." And so I just started. The song's called. The song says Annie. Annie left home chasing her dreams. I wanted to say Sandy when I wrote it. I said Sandy left home chasing her dreams. She says, "Don't put my name in that song." And so we wound up writing that song that night, and we played it a good bit live, even though it didn't make the cut for the record neither. But here's a little home demo I made of it, playing, and me and her singing. So I hope they enjoy "Follow Your Heart" when you play it here.
I liked it. But, I really appreciate that you took time and sat down and wrote and sung and played the acoustic version for tonight. Wow. So,
yeah, well, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to have some fun. Like I say, this stuff people hadn't heard and probably won't hear again. So you better get it on the Paige Roberts show tonight.
Right, hello. The first ever.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, give your event or anything that you're going to be playing at, and give us the 411 on social media sites out there where we can find your music.
All right. Well, like I said, first of all, everybody go to this new JodyDiMarco.com. There'll be a little bio on there about me, and at the very bottom of the page, it's going to say, put your email in, sign up for email, because in 2019, that's going to be important because you'll have all kinds of information. Of course, I'm on Facebook, Ask Jody DiMarco. If you send me a friend request, we'll be friends. I try to do most of my own social media, although on Jody DiMarco Music, I'm not always the one posting, but I have, like I said, I have a great team called Jody DiMarco Music on Facebook, and on Instagram it's called Jody DiMarco Music, and on Twitter it's called Jody DiMarco Music. You'll see my face and my picture here. Also, if you go on my page on Facebook, there's my folks that are helping me do all this have a Kickstarter program going there. Just to give you a quick update about that, you can go sign up to get early downloads. You can get a CD. You can get a T-shirt. It's a limited thing T-shirt that's going to be coming in 2019 when the CD's released. You can get early tickets to the CD release thing. You can even buy an opportunity to have me come to your house and sing for you and 50 of your friends in person, sitting there singing for you. If you want to make a pledge toward this, what they're going to do with the money is they're going to take that money and go straight to just paying for copyright, it just pays for all the fees and all these basic legal fees of recording a record. You got musicians, you've got all this stuff. Any of that money, and if they don't, I think they put a goal up. They put a goal on there to reach a certain amount of money. Now, if we don't raise that much money, then it just goes away. It's like nobody gets charged and we don't get the money. But if we reach our goal in the next 15 or 20 days, it'll go just offsetting those expenses. It doesn't go for anything else. It's just part of all the hullabaloo of recording a CD and legalities and musicians and producers and all this stuff. Please go over to the Kickstarter. There's links on my page where you can just click on it. It'll take you straight to it. There's a thing that says rewards. You can read about the CD. I'll tell you about the CD right quick. It's being recorded in Athens, Georgia, our very own Athens, Georgia. Being produced by the one and only John Keane. Anybody that knows who John Keane is, or Widespread Panic, or REM, or Nancy Griffith, or any of those people know that he has recorded, produced, or engineered, or something to all these people. I was blown away just by the fact that he plays steel guitar and recorded that whole Out of Time album with REM. It's one of my favorite albums with Losing My Religion and stuff on it. And he was nominated for a Grammy with Widespread Panic, which Panic is just like a fantastic band. So, yeah, I was just blown away to kin with him, and such a nice guy. So I have lots of high hopes for this record and what quality it's going to be. Much better than the quality of my homemade demos we do. Check out my Kickstarter on my page, Jody DiMarco Music on Facebook. Sign up for the email. I'm going to be off for a few weeks from playing music until probably really, other than some small private things, until like January, because it's between doing what I got to do, and I also give guitar lessons and music lessons to folks around Hartwell on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I do that uptown there. I got lots of great kids that want to. There's been so much stuff has cut funding for the arts. I think that music is a valuable, any kind of the arts, whether it be theater or art or painting or especially music for me, for kids, is a great thing that teaches them discipline, responsibility, and keeps them out of trouble a lot of times and lets them express themselves some way or the other. So teaching them to our next generation of musicians, trying to teach folks to be our next generation. Somebody's got to take our place and fill our shoes, as they say. So
that's it. I'm a piano teacher too, so we're right there all.
Yeah, to help these kids. So, anybody around Hartwell that's interested in that, I do them on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. We do them for an hour at a time. I always tell everybody, the older ones, that, I said half of the good part about taking lessons from me is that we get to talk and laugh too at the same time and just hang out and learn music at the same time. So it's always fun. Yeah. So I have a bunch of great kids that I'm proud of that play, that just make my heart smile every week after they leave. I can be having a bad day, go give lessons, and then I'm having a pretty good day. So because they make me smile. So y'all check out that.
We are so excited about 2019.
Yeah, it's going to not not just for me. I have some other friends doing music in 2019. I think it's all exciting, and hopefully we'll all get to do work together and hang out and have a lot of fun. So I'm just all stoked up about me and everybody else. So
I have a lot of singer-songwriters on my Facebook, and it's nice seeing everybody out there working on their albums or working on singing at their venues or wherever it is they're singing. And, every Friday night I see somebody popping up. They're doing sound check. Awesome. I said, I love seeing that on my Facebook. Yeah, it is. I'm like, that's cool. It was like every status I had was sound check.
Yeah, it's part of the fun, doing that. I'm just grateful to all the musicians that play and my friends, and when I do get to watch them and that share our posts and stuff like that, and to all the people that come to our shows and people that make nice comments when you post a video or something on Facebook. It's like I'm just overwhelmed most of the time. There was like one verse from Life is a Picture that was on that Kickstarter ad on my Facebook page, where you can go to that Kickstarter thing and donate and pledge and get rewards for it. There was like 1,500 clicks where people looked at that video, which just made me go wow, that's a lot of people, and so I thank you to all you people. Thank you to everybody is what I got to say. Thank you is really thank you to Paige for having me on this show.
Well, you're welcome.
I know your manager shares a lot of my stuff too, and thank you to Ruth. I didn't do the mention, Ruth. We hadn't forgot you. Right. Hi, Ruth.
She's been helping, and it's awesome that I have a manager now, and things are really going well.
I said you must be stepping up. You've got a manager. I was like, Paige is on the move.
Well, you were talking about complaining. I think that was the only thing that I had ever complained about that I'd always post. I'm like, I need people. The kind of people where your people will call my people.
Right. I tell Sandy that all the time. I said, Sandy, I'm not going to be able to keep up with doing all this all the time. Somebody's going to have to help me. And, Sandy, she makes jewelry and bath and body products, so she has her hands full of her own stuff most of the days. When she's not singing or something, she's making and selling jewelry online and selling soap, bath, and body products that are fantastic and all natural, like 99%. natural free,
Wow.
and so she has her hands full. I don't know who I'm going to find. Eventually, somebody. I got some good people that work for me, help me by sharing stuff like that. Then I got some other great people that keep me in line and try to keep me focused on what needs to be done. I call them my bosses, and so
Yeah.
And if it weren't for folks like that, I couldn't do this. So.
No, I know it. I got somebody else. I know we have like 8 minutes left. We got time for one more quick question, so let's see who it is.
Okay.
Hello, you're on there.
Hey, Paige.
Hey, Ruth. I knew that's who it was. It's my manager.
See, speak of the devil.
Hey, Jody.
Right?
Hi, Ruth. How are you?
I'm good. You're on my list next, but I just wanted to tell you, Paige, what a great show you have, and it is a good thing that you do help local musicians and stuff.
Well, I appreciate that. Now with your help.
If I could ever get my stuff together here.
You will. But it just
Yeah,
all
I
came
will. It just
together.
takes a little bit of time.
Right.
But, this past year it just all came together, fast. By the end of the year,
Yes.
and here we are. Wow. So,
Yeah, I think 2019 is going to be the year for everybody.
Yeah.
Musicians
That's what we're
and
looking
artists
for.
and writers, everybody.
mm-hmm.
Man.
And Jody's album, EP.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't get
no,
your stuff together, Ruth, it'll be all right. It'll be fun trying to get it together. That's part of it. That's part of the experience. Right. That'll be part of the experience.
It wouldn't be no fun. It wouldn't be no fun if you wasn't all together.
That's
I
right.
know it wouldn't be. At least I can laugh about it. It's like trial by fire. I'm doing things I've never done before.
Well, there you
know,
go.
and all my years of being in music and around music, and being the wife of a singer, and we travel around churches and stuff, and it's like all of a sudden, I'm like, wow. I'm learning things. I'm learning the movie editing and learning the sound things and recording and all that stuff. And I'm meeting so many musicians. I love that because I just so love music.
Welcome to my world. Yep. It's awesome though. Mhm.
It really is.
We got like 5 minutes. Jody, you got anything you want to add before we head on out of here?
I think I've covered it all. Besides, one more time to say thank you to you and Ruth and everybody out there. Just thank you, and I look forward to seeing everybody in 2019, and everything that we're going to do is going to be fun. So just hang on, I guess.
Yeah, right. That's what I say. Hold on tight. It's coming around the corner. Yep. And Jody, if you want to send me that Kickstarter link, I'll be sure and put it on our website too. And that way it'll.
I will.
I'll
send it to you. Yes, ma'am.
And
I could have probably done that before, but it's just one of those things you don't think about sometimes.
Well, but that's all right. I started to get it, but then I'm like, well, I'll wait. But I'll wait until you give me the go ahead to upload your music to my Reverb Nation. I usually add it over there, but we have quite a list.
We're getting there, so it won't be long.
I know it. The anticipation. Well, I guess we'll close out here. I do have a show tonight with Roxanne. And let's see, that's about it. That closes down January. And listen, I'm ready for January, I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place, 8 o'clock p.m. on Intercom Radio Network. And this is the Paige Roberts Show. Thank you again, Jody. And thank you, everybody, for calling in. Thank you, Ruth. Let's go out with Follow Your Heart. Let's Let's go out and follow your heart, baby. All right, y'all. Here we go.
Good night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.
Lanny left home, chasing her dreams with some money in her pocket and her heart on her sleeve. In a beat-up Chevy full of gasoline, that old blacktop highway gonna set her free. She told her mama, don't you worry about me. There's a lot of places that I gotta see. This life ain't going nowhere, just hanging around. Dreams ain't dying in the one old town. Whoa, a southern light rainbow, we'll never know, we'll never find. Whoa, let's start living, it's never too late to make a new start if you follow your dreams and follow your heart. Now Anna's seen some hard times out on the road, but she never gave up, never let it show. She just kept on pushing it day and night, knowing someday things will turn out right. She met a guy one Saturday night, knew in her heart it was love at first sight. They started making records and selling out shows. Now they listen to the songs on the radio. Whoa, the southern light rainbow, we'll never know, we'll never find. Whoa, let's just start living, it's never too late to make a new start if you follow your dreams and follow your heart. Now when he came home with a brand new plane, bought a little house and a piece of land. She met that guy and they settled down. Life is a dream in this one old town. Whoa, southern light rainbow, we'll never know, we'll never find. Whoa, let's start living, it's never too late to make a new start if you follow your dreams and follow your heart. Follow your dreams and follow your heart. If you follow your dreams and follow your heart.
Hey, y'all, this is Danny Kinsey, and you're listening to the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio Network.